everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mansions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's an honor to be here with you. I greatly appreciate you joining me, and welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. Now, today the featured or focused sun sign, I like to call it, is going to be that of Cancer, as we go around the zodiac wheel for the beginning month readings. And then we do the mid-month readings by going back around once again, starting at Aries, ending at Pisces. And the end of the month, I do bonus readings for the extra days. So that way you know when your time is, or you could be watching for friends and what have you. That's fine too. But then I pick right in front of you the spiritually guided highlighted connection for today with Cancer. And what that really means is that I'm going to read an additional 3 categories of messages from Spirit that are really important regarding this particular highlighted connection. And let's figure out what that is before I go any further. And that's going to be, it's on the cusp. Okay. So we'll not do either of those right now. And if I do happen to come across, that's part of my conversation maybe about what just happened. I've had like 4 retakes already. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. Anyway. I had the highlighted connection of Scorpio yesterday with the sign of Gemini, so I won't repeat the same highlights 2 days in a row, okay? Okay, so let's see what we got here for Cancer. Went off the table, and with Scorpio, okay? Oh my God. This is so amazing. So what happened is I did a full 30-minute video for everybody. And it was obviously the featured sign of Cancer. And then I tossed the dice and it landed on Scorpio. But I said, I'm not going to do Scorpio because we just did featured Scorpio yesterday. So then I re-rolled it like I'm going to do right now. And it landed on Sagittarius, which I was thrilled about because I know a lot of connections this way and there's a lot to say about it, which I did. Or I thought I did. The whole rest of the reading ended up being about Cancer and Scorpio. I mean, bing! So let me try it one more time. And then we're going to do it for Sagittarius. I'm so sorry, it's right next to Scorpio. Ooh. We're back where we were, and there's a reason for that. And I love this combination. We have the water and the fire, and there's always a lot, I always say the tension is there, right? What happens when you have fire underwater? It steams and it boils, and it sometimes it's a little, it's too hot. But a lot of times it's just right, and it feels wonderful, and it's passionate, and it's exhilarating, and it's spirited, and it's really emotional and touching and sensitive, and all the other variables that go along with this 2 combination, which I see so much. And I've known a lot of Sagittarians in my life because they just seem to be a part of my life. It's part of my destiny, if you will. And I love them, and I love Cancer. So I'm excited to read to you about this. And so, as I mentioned, for those that are new, welcome. I will read the 3 highlighted connections, but I always end with 3 oracle messages for every Cancer and every one of their zodiac sign connections, because there's so many people we get along with in life and so many, relationships that we have, no matter what it is. It's a form of love, right? There's so many different types of love, so they're all inclusive in my readings. Anyway, but here we go with Cancer. Now, Cancer is by far one of the most sensitive, very, very caring, nurturing water element, which is a cardinal sign. So the cardinal signs are the ones that are initiators. They basically start things. They start the seasons. There are 4 cardinal signs, and Cancer starts the season of summer. So we're not too far away, but summer, of course, to me, just automatically brings to mind, memories and times of, the beach and being out in the fresh air and longer days, right? That last and doesn't get dark until later. And the energy that the sun brings to us, which is what the sun sign is. It is our ego and our vitality and our interests and our drives and personality traits that come through. The more exterior part of our world is how I like to, explain that. And so that's the kind of vibe that you get with this Cancer. Also, they are symbolically known as the crab. So they have those pinchers, and they also have this hard shell, right? But as I always say, they have this hard exterior that may be hard to get into, maybe hard to get through, but inside is that luscious, sweet, soft, mushy, amazing, heartfelt, centered, loving person. So that's what you get. Now, you know, they can be quite old-fashioned and sentimental in their own right. They definitely are extremely capable when it comes to providing for their families. They're completely focused on that, actually. Like, their home is their castle, is how that saying goes, right? That's everything. A lot of times cancers are homebodies. Not all of you. It's very dependent on what your other, you know, planetary aspects are in your natal chart, or whether other zodiac signs. Like if you have fire, not so much. You're going to want to be out there and getting attention and be in the center stage, and maybe you're an actress or an actor or whatever, and those sort of things would come into play. But on the whole, a lot of cancers, female or male, it doesn't matter the gender, really like to play the homemaker, and they love to cook, they love to get their hands. And as far as, like I was saying, summer in the water, many water signs and cancers love the beach. They love water, you know, they just resonate with that. They're ruled by the moon. The moon controls the tides. The moon controls our phases of our different, you know, the different phases of the moon. And that's so incredibly resonant with this energy of Cancer and the water, and just their being able to feel and sense things very, very acutely. Very often known for being very psychic, very intuitive. Everything about the in as well is very predominant. They will shy away if they have a feeling of danger, of course. They'll retrieve back in that shell. You may not hear from them for months, you know, and it may not have anything to do with you, but they're just protecting themselves. They're protecting themselves, or they're protecting those they care about. And that's number one. You know, no matter how social they are or whatever, that's always the fundamental aspect of cancers. And I think it's a beautiful attribute. But once again, they are very shrewd and very capable of many careers, knowing how to make their money stretch, if you will, you know, getting the best bang for their buck. And it's all relative to them wanting to save, because, for example, things that happened last year, when a lot of us were like, whoa. And that's when it comes in handy to be around someone like a Cancer, or, you know, other signs as well that are predominantly known for being able to manage their money. And I know that some will say, I don't know about that. Once again, it has to do with your other planets and, you know, nature versus nurture, and the fact that we all go through different phases, like you're very familiar with Cancer, with the moon and the different aspects of life. That's a metaphoric aspect as along with the moon. You understand those changes and those transformations and the seasons and the phases and things that are very much a part of life. And interestingly enough, we did have the moon move from Libra to Scorpio. So that's a very harmonizing feeling, and it definitely is about love and emotion, though. Very predominantly, I would say, at least for the next couple of days. But then we have this beautiful highlight connection of Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius is a fire element, as I mentioned. Sagittarius is one of the most optimistic, spirited, motivated, adventurous, you know, I want to say philosophical. They're very much about the mind. Higher learning is very important to them on all different topics. They are known as half man, half horse. They definitely love exercise. It's very seldom I meet any Sagittarius that is not involved in some form of exercise, obviously for enjoyment, but a lot of times they can be coaches and things, you know, predominantly leading to that kind of career. To keep that going, they need to remove that excess energy that they have, because they have a lot of it. It's just innate with them, that fiery energy, right? It's one of the most healthiest ways to release it as well, as long as you don't overdo it, like everything. But they are a mutable sign. They're very adaptable. They love pretty much everything. They are adventurous, like I said. They love travel. Oh my gosh. If you want to do something nice for Sagittarius, give them a ticket saying they're going here, there, wherever. It doesn't matter. They have to be on the move in some way, figuratively and metaphorically. They may move a lot in their lifetime, you know, from one house to another, job perhaps. They just like to keep interested and entertained, and they are great friends. They are very determined in their own right, because when they shoot that bow and arrow that they have as, you know, part of their symbolism, they will reach that destiny, boy. That's it. And it's usually up here in the stars, okay? With that Jupiter ruling planet that they have. I mean, a lot of times the world is definitely on their side. There's a lot of beautiful things that happen in just the right time for them. I prefer to be around people like that, and those are the people that that's why they have a lot of people, because they just sense that part of them that's like, yes, we can do this. Let's make it happen. And I mean, that's incredibly attractive to you too, Cancer, as well as many other signs. I mean, I know that Sagittarius has many, many different relationships and friends, like I said, because they are interested in everyone and everything, and they love higher learning and educating, and they like to teach and mentor people as well. And what's interesting though is that you're more of a homebody, not so much Sagittarius, okay? Now that's just a known thing, but I don't think it's an issue when you have these conversations and you accept people for who they are right from the get-go. It's really, really helpful. And they're very true blue, but I will say that many Sagittarians like to start out as friends. Not always, but like I said, it's a general reading, and for the most part, there's this fundamental, foundational thing they like, and they feel, and I agree, that then can last. Whereas many times the hot and heavy, kind of passionate, fly-by-night kind of thing, which is fun, isn't necessarily something that's long-term, and that's not what you're looking for a lot of times, Cancer, though you could have the other as well. Regardless, this is a gorgeous, fun, and I don't know, adventurous is for sure, but very loving and passionate relationship. There's such attraction between the two of you. You can just feel it. It's visceral, And, well, anyway, let me read to you some messages that you have coming in today for the 4th of February. And it could last, of course. These are, not linear. I mean, it's anytime you watch this will be perfectly appropriate. And you may resonate right in a way, you may not. And so come on back, because I always like to say it's good to kind of gauge what's happened from this reading to the mid-months, and compare notes. But the first category is always the overall energy that led you to this reading, the catalyst, and how you two are doing in general. Whatever this relationship is, there is a connection. Spirit needs you to know about this, and it kind of lets you know just pretty much where things are energetically and, emotionally happening with the two of you in this connection. And you have, I've got to put on my glasses. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what's up or down. But I will say I am using this gorgeous, brand new tarot deck I got for Christmas, Star Spinner Tarot, by, how do you pronounce that? Trungles. I'm loving it more every day. And you got the Knight of Swords. Well, that's pretty appropriate, because I'll tell you what. We are in Aquarius season. Aquarius is an air element. Aquarius is going to have predominance this month and this year. And then air signs in general for the next, 600 years or more are going to be the main element you're going to be feeling. And what does that mean? Well, in the Knight of Swords, it is a message. And a message, no doubt, pertaining to your mind and to thoughts and to some form of communication. Something will be being told to you. Something that is going to be true, fair, and it'll be, when it's the Knight, it's Knight of Swords in particular, I should say, is the fastest moving energy, okay? There's the Knight of Pentacles, Swords, Wands, and Cups. The Knight of Swords is swift. It's like, this is a bird, okay? Birds tend to tell us things, right? I hear them all the time outside. They're talking to me all the time. Don't know what they're saying. But it's important. Whatever they're saying is going to be something you need to hear, and it's going to help you. And so the two of you may be getting a message together that's going to be kind of unexpected, kind of out of the blue, but it's coming in if it hasn't already. And I'll even add to that I wouldn't be surprised if by the new moon on the 11th, which is one of the most luckiest, loving-filled days of the year, you might want to write that down. It will be a new moon in Aquarius. There's going to be 6 planets in Aquarius this month, so it's very much about our speech, our communication, how we're coming across. And interestingly enough, one of those planets will be and is Mercury in Aquarius, which is in retrograde. It's not surprising to me because it's hard to talk right now during my videos, which happens every retrograde. But I make it happen anyway because it's that important to me. And we get through all of them. I don't want to give them a bad rap. I truly, truly don't. But I will say that there are things to consider and to keep your eye out for, so that it kind of is like forearmed, forewarned. Transportation perhaps maybe a little bit changed, or you might get a new car. That's the upshot. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because anything new might have to be returned, or something might have to be changed about it during a retrograde, to be honest. It's ending on the 20th, so if you can hold off, that'd be good. If not, so be it. It doesn't happen for everybody that way, but it can, so it's just something to think about. Definitely technology differences or difficulties, and speech, schedules, things kind of get mixed up, hodgepodge, unexpected things. With the air element of Aquarius being predominant, which is once again what this message is, it could be an Aquarius, it could be a Gemini, or it could be a Libra that has to do with this message you'll be hearing from them. So I don't know if you know somebody in this connection between the two of you, or somebody who exhibits those kind of energies, but that would be very suitable for that message. And what I want to say is that Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus has huge impact in this year. And it's going to have, not just because of Aquarius being ruled by it, but because Uranus is in the sign of Taurus until 2026. It is an outer planet, Uranus, and it moves slower, so that it takes a longer time to move from sign to sign. And I don't know where it is in your particular chart, but overall, in general, Uranus is the planet of unpredictability, unexpected changes, sometimes out of the blue. I mean, just like boom, almost like the eclipses will eclipse something out of your life in an instant and bring something in an instant. And it's things that will transform your life at times like none other, which has happened many times with eclipses. Some are amazing and wonderful and so incredibly welcome and appreciated, and others, of course, are not. I can't say which it'll be for you. I'm just being honest about the effects that it has. And when it's in Taurus, which it will be, till 2026, it does have to do with money in many ways. Taurus is the earth element, so it's about practical things, but Taurus is known as the sign of money. So I feel like it's predominantly affecting your money. And last year, it was in Taurus, and I think we got a pretty idea. Some people made more than ever, some people made way less, and that's the kind of thing that'll happen. So please don't feel like, uh-oh, because yeah, anything that happens where it takes it away, it will always be replenished, because that is the law, and that's the universe, and the universe is fair and just. And I know we don't believe that or think that, but if you really think about it, and as an older person, I look back and I think, well, that wasn't good, and then look what happened. And I'm going to just share with you very briefly, if you don't mind. You can always fast forward up to the remainder of the reading, but something like that just happened. And I'm pretty good with retrogrades now. I have an idea, and I allow for them. I just say, okay, I'm not going to try to control it. I mean, it would be silly to do so. I know things are going to happen out of my control. I will be as flexible as possible. But I did hear yesterday, specifically reading that, there was going to be a predominance of the Uranus energy, and that don't be surprised if, changes are in your schedule, and just, be flexible about it once again. And I thought, okay, well, that happens to me. I'm back at work, and I'm okay. Usually if somebody changes their schedule, they reschedule and such. Oh, no, that did not happen. But at 10 o'clock at night, at the end of the night, just as I'm going to bed, actually, this happened. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm not going to go into major detail. It is emotional. But I just want to say that I can't do massages for about 2 days. 3 at the outset, no doubt. I'm hoping and praying, and I'm putting Reiki energy on it, which is really helping, because it was just so unexpected. It was that Uranus kind of thing, and that's just an example. And no, it's not all about that. So please don't let me make you think that. And in fact, yesterday, in the same way, I got a call from my tax person, and I'm getting a refund, and I thought, what? I didn't anticipate or expect, so I wouldn't be disappointed. I tend to lean towards that type of life these days. And so, see, it's not all bad. It's absolutely just kind of unexpected. And it definitely has to do with medicine and science and beautiful technology and innovative things too. So, but anyway, I just had to share that if you don't mind. That's what I like about this channel anyway, for those who have been coming back, and I love you for it. And those that are new and I hope will come back. I just share the real deal with myself, and I like to maybe give you some tips and share and teach you some things about stuff, particularly astrology and tarot, but on the spiritual nature. So your second category is the possible blessings or obstacles for this beautiful connection of Cancer and Sagittarius. And you have, oh, I love it, the Two of Coins. And I love this a lot. This came, if not with Aries reading, it might have been with Taurus, but it's the earth element. It's the practical things. It's your money. It's your job. It's your daily routine. It's your health. It's the things that keep you safe and secure and stable, which is what matters a lot to you, right, Cancer? And it's looking really good. It's looking balanced, and it's looking like there's definitely help from the two of you supporting each other in some way or another. Maybe you're going to get another job offer, so you'll actually have two things going, or two job offers. Two represents exactly that, partnership, opportunity. It does represent the need to definitely balance things the best you can. Interestingly enough, the tarot deck card that represents Sagittarius is Temperance. Always reminding ourselves that we need to be temperate in all aspects to keep the better balanced and healthy, holistic life that we all strive for. And to be aware of that. And there's two ships in the background, so things are coming through, boy. And yes, we're in a retrograde, so there may be some stalls through the 20th, as I mentioned. But there's nothing wrong with feeling and believing and writing down your aspirations and revisiting, renewing, everything with basically. That's the time. So it doesn't mean it has to stop. It just means it may take a little bit longer. There may be a delay. And that new moon, you could write the intentions, and that'll just really actually almost overactivate the retrograde of Mercury. So I love that for you. I would consider that an absolute blessing. It feels very, very good. It feels like there's a balance there that you've worked for and you certainly deserve. And I'm happy for you. The final category is about money, though. It's the financial category. And it's about, once again, not just money, finances or things that matter in the realm of your physical world. And your stability, once again, things that you can touch, feel, and that are tangible. And for all the beautiful, beautiful Cancers and Sagittarius relationships and connections, you have the card of, oh my gosh, Queen of Wands. Wow. Well, first of all, I've never seen this illustration of this card. It's absolutely beautiful. The Queen is the feminine quality in all of us. The Queen is the nurturer in all of us. The Queen is the one who's extremely passionate and make sure that things happen in a way that's going to help others. Okay, they give of their heart. They are incredibly spirited and motivated, as is the fiery sign of Sagittarius. So I mean, it could be Sagittarius motivated as well, or Leo, or Aries. So there's three possible fiery aspects, but I'm just, there's the strength and the courage to do whatever it is we need to do to move forward in the challenges and adversities we face in life. Oh my gosh, we got through last year. We've done more than we could ever imagine. But it's beautiful and it feels incredibly powerful and empowering. And that's what's being sent in the energies that are meant to be shared with you today. So I love this reading, and I'm really glad I've done 3 or 4 takes. It doesn't matter. This is the one that was meant to be. And I'm so grateful. So you have information coming in, and I know it's going to be good, and I know it's important, and just take heed and listen. And I also love the balancing of money and just all over, well-being and this relationship. And then financially, and as far as your stability and security, you have the Queen of Wands that's just fired up and ready and ambitious and motivated and spirited to create. And it is about creation, isn't it? We always create, and that's what money comes from. It is an energy, like everything. So I love that reading. I'm really excited for you. Please let me know if it does resonate, if you so choose. And if you have not subscribed, please push that subscribe button and show me the love, because it means a great deal, and it's the way that I can ensure more content and readings for you in the future, because for me this is something that's meant to be. So I would love that support. And so now I'm going to go into the oracle readings, because they represent every single Cancer and every connection you have of any zodiac sign, any and every zodiac sign. This is the psychic tarot for the heart, and it's exactly what you're about, Cancer. It's feeling and just this beautiful love that's sent from the oracles and entities of life and spirit that are always there with us. We're always co-creating, right? So your special message for today for Cancers and everybody is coming together. Yes, there you go. Talk about heart. See how emotionally, beautifully, and with the Scorpio, that's the depth of it. That's the real depth. That's real intensity when it comes to love and anything. They have such passion and determination, and they like to reveal and bring out truth, you know. So this goes very well with this loving energy between the two of you. And it is the number 2. There's a lot of synchronicities today in your reading, so that tells me this is even more potent for you. And then you've got the beautiful green, which represents the heart chakra and the heart. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting emotional. I love it. I love it when things, you know, are like serendipitous as far as the messages and such. Well, I'm going to read to you though specifically what it says. So the green is under the category of emotions. It's under it represents cups. There you go, feeling extremely in your energy and element, sharing that love. And so where is let's see where the cups are. Let me go quickly for you. That's mental, emotions. Okay, so 2. I love this. Wow. Keywords: harmony, romance, healing, and commitment. Well, if ever a time for healing, it is this year. It is a year to move forward. It is a year to reset and to imagine and to create and to heal. This is the card of partnership and harmony. It suggests a new romance or deepening of an existing one, and I hope that's the case for you. You may find that a current friendship blossoms. I mentioned Sagittarius like friendships first, okay? That's more than coincidental. Blossomed into something more, and exciting new love steps into your life. When this card appears, it often signifies taking love to the next level. It is time for you to make a greater commitment to any of your relationships. And like I said, it is all-inclusive, but it makes me really excited for you. Especially with this beautiful new moon, like I said, it's catered to love. It's one of the luckiest days of the year. Write that down. Perhaps you find that a partner is now ready to commit more fully. Ooh, Sagittarius. Or not. Could be any of the other, zodiac signs. Relationship, marriage, or a reunion of some kind may be on the horizon. Or union, I should say. But it's interesting I said reunion, because that's also what happens with retrograde. You may be having this connection I mentioned earlier, or any of the other connections I'm speaking of are people you haven't necessarily seen or talked to, but all of a sudden you do, and it's just like, it's on again. It's all started again, and it's better and stronger. This is also a card of healing and people coming together in a spirit of love and forgiveness. Are you involved in any relationship where misunderstanding or disputes have placed distance between you? Perhaps it's time to bring harmony back to those relationships by calling a truce and starting over again. Well, I'm all for that. I'm a Libra. That's what it's all about. I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying it's something that has to happen in a day or anything, but I know that you will feel better and everybody involved will feel better, and I feel like you want that. So does Spirit, clearly. So I hope you love that. I'm loving this reading so far. I'm going to go on to the next oracle, which is the beautiful oracle, which is the Healing of the Angels by Doreen Virtue. I've had this for so many years. I pull a card every day, Our angels are clearly there for us. And anytime we want help, I'm not saying they're going to do everything for us and make everything just perfect, but they will definitely give signs and guidance. It's been shown over and over again in my life. I'm sure you can all relate to that in some way. And your card is miracles. And I'm not going to read anything because that's pretty much it. It just says what it needs to say. And there's that green again. There's that heart center. There's what you base life on, is the love and the caring and the emotion. And there's some really special, special thing coming through. And I don't know what, but I know it's been building in this reading. And there's miracles in every single moment of our life. But I hope it's a really, really special one. And I'm really, really happy to read that and send that message to you. And I know all miracles are there because you are deserving. And if you appreciate and recognize them, they become more, by the way. They multiply. So I'm happy about that as well. And last but not least, my OG deck, I like to call it, the Super Attractor Manifestation Message. This is for every Cancer in all your relationships and connections. Again, special kind of recognition of feeling the life that we want. The emotions have to be a part of it. And they have to connect and, be in congruence with our thinking and our actions, of course. But the real ticket in the law of attraction is to feel it into reality, What you're putting out and the energy you put out definitely comes back in. And I know a lot of you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And now with this time, it's a very, very potent manifestation time, and it's continually growing and it's getting quicker. So we have to really be careful of what we ask for. But your message for the day to end is a beautiful one. I can do less and attract more. Isn't that a beautiful thought? It made me feel really good saying that to you. And I love the beautiful new moon. Once again, letting you know that there's new things coming down the pike. And it's a matter of you bringing in what it is you need and your intentions being very strong and true. And the blue, of course, is the third eye, the psychic, the clairvoyant that you are many times. So I hope you enjoy this reading as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. And if you want to come back, please do so. And I just want to say, take extremely good care of yourself. You matter. Thank you again. And until next time, bye for now.